Hi everyone, Maxine here with Kink and I Treasures. Welcome back to my studio. I have been having a little play with some pins. They're not safety pins, they're more of a, oh geez, what are they called? Kilt pins. Kilt? Yeah, kilt pins. Anyway, this is what they look like. You can see that. They come open like this. I got these from Amazon. These are very, very small. I didn't realize that. You know, they always use metric measurements, and of course, you know, us in America don't use metric, so I have no idea what any of it is. But this is about 2 inches long, fully, you know, from tip to top. It's 2 inches. Oops, there goes a bead. Trying to get away. Anyway, so I know they come in different sizes. I was inspired by Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah, and I believe what she was working with was larger, although I don't know that for a fact. But it appeared that what she was using was larger. I went on to Amazon. I thought, well, that looks like fun. And I went on to Amazon, and of course, you know, price ruled in my world. And so I got something that I thought was a good deal. Ends up being, I'm pretty sure these are smaller, but it doesn't matter. So I have done a whole bunch of these, and you don't need to watch that, right? I mean, you know how to string beads onto a pin or, you know, anything else. These are a little bit thicker than what pins and of course thread or string would be. So, you know, it was a challenge finding beads in my stash that actually had a large enough hole. Funny thing I discovered is that in a lot of cases, it's smaller beads that had a bigger hole. Like I have some beads that are larger than these, where the hole was too small. And then I've got, where are they? I had a whole bunch of them, didn't I? Well, I have these little beads that fit perfectly. So these little beads have a bigger hole and the bigger beads didn't. So go figure that one out. Anyway, so yeah, I've done a bunch of these and you know how to do that, right? So anyway, then I thought, well, I was watching, like I said, I was watching Tina, and she had the idea of pinning this onto something in a journal, and realized there's no way to pin it because you've decorated that part. And you can't get, it would be great if you could decorate this part over here, but you can't. So, yeah. So anyway, this is the solution she came up with, and I thought that was a brilliant idea. So I thought I would share it just in case you didn't catch her video. But you can always go over to Shabby Dabby Doodah and watch what she's done. So I've got some fabric, and what I'm going to do is feed the fabric through the hole like this, and put that down on here. Like that. And I've got hot glue. You know, cover your ears, because you know me. If the hot glue gets me, I scream. I don't know how Tina does it. I really, really don't. She just sticks her finger right in there and never a peep out of her. The last time I was using hot glue, I kind of screamed into the mic. So, yeah, that's not too bad. God, that one day, I mean, I was working with fabric and it went through 3 layers of fabric and man, did it burn. So, I don't know. Like I've always said, you know, be extra cautious when using hot glue. You know, it's not my favorite thing, but, and you could totally use fabric tack, fabric fix, you know, anything like that for this project. I'm only using hot glue, you know, because of time and because I'm, ow, there we go, because I'm filming. Other than that, I wouldn't be using hot glue myself because, I don't know, I feel that hot glue fails. You know, once the glue cools, a lot of times it fails. So I'm trying to squish it in there really good. So maybe if it's squished into the fibers really well, maybe it'll hold once it dries. But yeah. So anyway, there that is. And then you can, you know, glue this down in your journal or connect it with a paper clip or put it in a pocket. I don't know. But yeah, isn't that cute? So I thought, well, this would be fun. So let's get out some more. These that I'm using are actually backed with paper. They were samples. So that I thought that would make this a lot easier. So I can glue this down to my page in a journal fairly easily because it's already backed with paper. But you know, you could glue down in your journal just fine with you know, like I said, fabric tack or fabric fix or something like that, or 3-in-1 glue. I would swear 3-in-1 is the same thing as fabric tack or fabric fix, but you know, that's just my opinion. I fully believe it's one and the same thing. 3-in-1 is a little cheaper than fabric fix, and it could be that it's just cheaper because of what it's called, but I don't know. I have it's not based on anything I know for sure. It's just my guess is that it's one and the same because it's made by the same company and it's very similar in looks, and I find that 3-in-1 works with fabric just as well. So I don't know. All right, so we got 2 there. I kind of like to have a third. I'm going to make this just a little bit smaller so it's not quite covering up the one in back. You know, I don't like to do that when I'm layering or when I'm collaging. I like for things that I put down to show and not, you know, just cover up something. Let's see. What else should we use? Oh, this is quite pretty, isn't it? Yeah, let's go with that. And I'm using pinking shears because, again, it's my feel that pinking, if you cut it with pinking shears, it keeps it from fraying as much. I don't know. Is that true? not somebody that really works with fabric. I don't know for sure, but it just seems to me like perhaps it would keep it from fraying. Okay, so put that like that. Hope I'm not too close to myself and you can't see what I'm doing. I hate that. You know, we tend to kind of work close to ourselves though, don't we? And yeah, I tend to bring things over closer to me and then realize I'm not in the camera's view anymore. Okay. Get that really good. And you want to get it up close. This first one that's holding the pin, you want to get it up close to the pin. Right, and then this one, I'm gonna go like this, and let's see, I think I want to cut this down so it's not totally covering, but that's so I can go that way with it. I don't like this, the strings that hot glue makes. The more you use it, the more strings you have everywhere. That's good. So, I was trying to have a video released 3 times a week, and for a while it was going good, you know, but then I came to a point where I don't know, I don't have any ideas, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to come on and just say, oh, let's mess around with our scraps, or, you know, I like to have an idea of what I'm doing or what I want to show. I want it to have some value and not just numbers, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how YouTube figures things. I don't guess I have to worry about it. I don't have nearly the amount of people needed that are watching, that are subscribed to, you know, get any kind of monetary help from YouTube. So I don't really need to worry about it right now. But I was trying to do it, you know, so if anyone is watching on a regular basis, they, you know, they could count on, you know, 3 times a week, me having something to show or a project to do. We've had some great projects. Start to finish ones. I like those. I like showing, you know, different ideas on how to do things. It's a lot of fun. But, you know, if I don't have an idea or a project, I'm not going to come on and just do a video just for doing a video. You know, you're not going to see a tour of my craft room or anything like that, because frankly, there's not a whole lot to see. It's not very interesting. So I'm just looking for, that one's kind of pretty on that one, isn't it? I've been trying, well, I don't know about using this bead. It's kind of bulky. I've been trying to use that bead for the longest time, and I thought maybe I had it. Oh, I like that. But now that I'm looking at it, I don't know, it might be too bulky. I recently saw, I didn't watch the whole thing. I just caught a few minutes of it. So I'll have to go back and watch, but I started watching this video where they were making a journal totally out of fabric. And I was very intrigued by that. Sewing is not my deal. I mean, I've tried at different points in my life to make clothes, and that never works out. I have made totes. I made some really cool totes that are, you know, like something you would take to the farmer's market. You know, something a little nicer, but you'd take to like a farmer's market or something like that. I have made those, and those turned out really well. And I used to quilt, and and quilts turned out pretty good, but clothes never turned out. I don't know why. So, you know, I like working with fabric. It hasn't always been my best friend. But, yeah, making a journal totally out of fabric was very intriguing. And that might be something we do down the road. I have noticed lately some videos showing a journal with a hinged spine, and that's something I did quite some time ago. So I thought that was interesting. Let's see, what else do we got here? Huh? Have we used this one yet? I don't think we have. I got this basket of just fabric scraps. I mean, I bought the scraps from someone on eBay because I didn't have any fabric. Now I've got tons because I got some from a furniture company, furniture store that had sample books, fabric, you know, upholstery samples that I suppose were discounted or whatever, discontinued. Anyway, they were selling the books, and so I paid $10, I think, for, I don't know how many they were. It was quite a bit. So, you know, and some of the sample had this paper backing on it that had, you know, all the pertinent information, as it were. And but but then the rest of the fabric was just, you know, no backing. It was just fabric, like a sample hanging from it, you know. So it's always fun to find things like that, because, you know, it really pumps up your you know, stash. That's not greens. I tried. Oh Lord, everything. Hang on. Small area. See, that's why you're not going to get any studio tour, because there's nothing to see here. I don't have this fabulous craft room like Gayle has. Oh my goodness. She actually did a tour. Well, I caught her tour. I don't know when she did it actually, but I saw the video not too long ago, and I thought, wow. She has a lot. I mean, it's like a, I don't know, daylight basement, I guess. She has a lot of stuff. It is amazing. Of course, people send her stuff all the time, you know, so that helps. I've sent her stuff. And she's awesome. She is awesome. She's such a nice lady. And she has promoted my shop and my YouTube channel several times, and I'm very grateful. Let's see. I like those. Do I have any green ones? That one's kind of green. No. Well, it's not really, but I think that looks good. What do you think? Or maybe we want contrast? That looks nice. I like that. Let's see. I thought I had a bundle of greens. Or maybe this is my green bundle. This must be my green bundle. I've got waxed string here. It feels like dental floss, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I think it's wax string. I don't know. They say, you know, that you should bind your signatures and stuff with the wax string, but I find it very difficult to work with, you know. It doesn't pull through very easily. Oh, this one's pretty. And if we play our cards right, we could get this pretty flower design. In it, couldn't we? Let's see. So I hope everyone's doing well. And what are you working on? Come on, spill the beans and share. What are you working on? Oh, that's gonna be too big, isn't it? Oh. Well, let's see. Maybe we'll just have 2 layers on this one, huh? Oh, I used regular fabric and not my backed fabric. Yeah, maybe we should get out some of that. So, we could put, okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Okay. Oops. Is that doesn't look like that's cut very well. Let's do that. Yeah, I don't know if using the pinking actually stops fraying or not. I'm beginning to think that maybe I was wrong in that belief. Because I'm seeing fraying, so I think I was wrong in that belief that pinking stopped fraying. Okay, so some there. Oh, he's worried about whether or not I'm going to get burnt. So, let's see here. Okay, so there. Oh, that's just gonna cover that one up, isn't it? That's too bad. Well, I can push it over a little bit this way, so you can see some of it anyway. Yeah, I don't. You know, I watch people do collages, and they have something that's really pretty, and they end up totally covering it up, and I'm like, oh. And it's just totally covered. It's like it was never there. I don't. And it happens. I mean, I'm sure I've done it, you know. I'm sure I've covered up something in a collage. But I tend to want to not do that. Because if I put something in a collage, you know, I must have liked it. So, you know, it just feels funny to cover it up. Okay. Ow. Ouch, that's hot. Okay. I like that. What do you think? I like that one. Okay, let's do one more, huh? How about this blue one? I would like to use that. Oh, let's get our greens bundled back up, okay? We need to keep things a little bit organized here. We don't have a whole lot of space to, you know, spread out. So everything is very compact, which, you know, works for me because I have mobility issues and standing is impossible. Walking around is impossible. So, you know, I pretty much have to have everything at hand. I was watching this one video where the gal had one of those, oh boy, what are they called? Craft box? Is that it? Craft box? Where, you know, it looks like an armoire, or a cabinet, and then it opens out, you know, and you've got the front and then the two sides that open, and it becomes this big thing. And oh my goodness, all the storage in it just makes me drool. And I thought, oh wow, that would be so nice. And then I watched her as she was reaching up to the top area, not on top of the cabinet, but you know, the upper shelves and bins and what have you. And I don't know how tall she is, but she was really reaching, you know. And I thought, oh wow, I wouldn't be able to reach things that were up, you know. I wouldn't be able to reach things that were up high, at least not readily. I mean, I can stand for a few seconds, you know, to get something real quick, but I can't, you know, stand for a while you rummage around, search for something, you know what I mean? So I thought, oh, I guess probably that's not a good solution for me. And I have basically everything I need right at arm's length. You know, I've got some things on the floor, under my table, on both sides. I have an extra wide table going this way. So I'm able to have things around it. So it all works. It all works out great. Get my fabric scissors out. And I like my little space. I had, my studio was in another part of the house at first. Huge big window. I mean, my table just sat under this humongous window, and it looked out over the golf course, and it was so nice. I had great light, and I could watch, you know, the golfers hit their little balls and chase after them. You know, and that was entertainment. And it was a pretty large space. But I had troubles with internet out there for some reason. It's like a room in the off the back of the garage. There's a door, you know, that shuts it off from the garage, and there's actually another door that goes out to the patio, which was nice. But I had problems getting internet out there, and there's no heat. And of course there's no air conditioning either. So in the summer it gets pretty warm out there because of those big windows. And in the winter it's extremely cold. So I ended up moving my studio into the second bedroom. It was set up as a guest room, and well, the guest bed was taken out, and my desk for work is on one side of the room, and my crafting table is on the other side of the room. And I'm in the house, you know, with everyone instead of being secluded out in that other room, which, you know, at times it wasn't ideal. Plus, I had longer to go when I had to, you know, use the restroom. I had a farther way to go, and I had to navigate the stair. There's one step, or would it count as 2 steps, from the garage into the house that I had to navigate. And when we first moved in here, it wasn't too awful bad. It's gotten a lot more challenging for me to navigate those steps. So I wish there wasn't that step going from the garage to the house. I wish it was all one level. I know they're making homes now. My friend and his wife, they bought a new home. They had it it was part of a new subdivision, so the house wasn't actually built yet, so they were able to pick finishings and colors and things like that. That would be so much fun, wouldn't it? Oh my God. I think that would be so much fun. But this house is built for aging in place. So the doorways are wider to accommodate, you know, a wheelchair or, you know, mobility scooter or something to that effect. The doorways are wider. There are no steps at all. Everything is flat. And it actually has, what's it called? Additional, wait a minute. AUD? No. Additional, oh, I can't remember what it's called now, but it's a separate living area. It's attached, it's part of the house, and yet it's separate from the house. And it's like a studio, I guess, studio apartment. It's got full kitchen, bathroom, all that stuff. But it's made for, you know, an aging parent, or, you know, to rent out. They rent theirs out. Well, they had plans for my friend's mom to live there. She was in kind of a retirement home, and well, you know, money was kind of running out, so they had her in mind to live there when they were having this built. Unfortunately, she passed away before the house was completed, and so now they rent out this. So, you know, that gives them a few $100s a month more to their income, which is awesome. Isn't that pretty? I like that one a lot. So, yeah, we've done quite a few here, and it's a great little project. I don't want to say run out and buy anything, because, you know, we've all done that, right? We watch a video and we think, oh, that looks like a fun project, and we run out and buy, just like I did with these pins. You know, I saw Tina do it and I thought, oh, that looks like fun, and so what did I do? Go and buy some of the pins. But, you know, I know we all do that, and there's just a breaking point where, you know, I can't do that anymore. So, but yeah, you know, see what you have. I mean, you could use a lot of things for this. Paper clips, you could perhaps do it with paper clips. or large, if you have large safety pins. I used to have a lot of large safety pins that I used when I was quilting. I have no idea where they are. They are probably in my sewing stuff somewhere, and my sewing stuff has been kind of tucked away for a while. So I should probably dig those out, see what I have in it. I mean, I could have all kinds of cool stuff that I could now use, you know. So yeah, I hope you liked this little project. I hope it was inspiring for you. You know, check out your sewing basket and see what you have. I'm amazed sometimes how much stuff is interchangeable from what it used to be used for to now, you know, with junk journals. So, yeah, I hope you had fun. I enjoyed our visit. Take care of you, love each other, and I'll see you again. Bye.